I think one, actually, we briefly talked about this before we hit the record button, which we thought was a great one, which was biggest challenge. One of the biggest challenges that new growers face is finding good genetics.
Oh, that would have been a great place to start.
That would have been a good place to start, right?
That was what was the first one we talked about.
That was the first one we should have talked about. Yeah, that was a important one.
Yeah. If you're good at search engine optimization.
Now, let me just say beforehand, it's easier today than it was back in the 80s and 90s. And shout out to Uncle Mark. We've been mentioning him a lot. He's a legend around here.
He's like, shut the fuck up.
A super cool dude. He started growing in the 80s, and he had mentioned that back then, when you get genetics from a breeder, they're like, good luck finding something. We hope you find something. It was a full expectation that 9 out of 10 would be trash out of the 10 pack, for example. 9 out of 10, or you could get nothing that's good at all. Right,
and
so
then it's
like
totally justified.
Yeah,
it's like, hey man,
okay, you didn't get anything good this time. All right,
sucks.
Got trash. Yep. Hey, maybe the next pack you'll get something that's okay.
Yeah, it's like Pokemon. You gotta catch them all, brother. I don't want to tell you, no Charizard in this one. Open the next one. You got a bunch of Pikachu's and old health cards.
Now, thankfully, over the years, people have done selective breeding, and things have gotten better. Genetics have gotten better over the years, so it's definitely easier today to find good genetics, good phenos. Out
or
of the
good
pack.
Enough.
Yeah.
In comparison.
Than it was 30, 40 years ago. So
I think the difficulty now is navigating the interwebs.
Yes.
The search engine optimization.
You want?
Well, yeah, search engine optimization. I'm saying I want Blue Dream. Well, Royal Queen pops up first with great articles, stellar content, but then not the right genetics, just knockoffs. Or ILGM comes up with random, white label stuff. And somebody gets it and they're like, that's not a white widow. That's not a blueberry. That's whatever it was. That can really trip you up to growing as a whole, because you're going to say, I did something wrong. It didn't smell like blueberries. The lemon tie was not lemony. It's like, well, it may not be good genetics. And it's hard unless you know where the reputable places to go to are. Those could be banks. Seedsman's my preferred place, as Peace Shirt says. The stash, I believe we get a little kickback. You get
stash,
a little
discount code
as well. But the breeder directly. We're in a day and age that the direct access to people, to content creators, to breeders, to business owners, to CEOs, to people on Twitter, celebrities. It's insane. I think really now is easier than ever if you know where to go. It's a huge challenge when you're getting started because you have no idea how to break into the community and navigate it. But when you do, man, getting right to the breeder is huge, dude. Dealing directly with Boston Roots and Karma Genetics, and people under the stairs. I'm so lucky to be able to do that. And the homies like yourself, GT, ICANN, Chad Westport, I can actually hit them up direct. That's, beautiful. It's a challenge, but it's
I'm glad you said that too. Like more than ever now, you have direct access. You can go right to the source of Chill Out OG. You can go right to the source of Dead Ops OG. You can go right to the source of frozen fuel. You know what I mean? This is right to the source. You don't have to go through these third parties in order to obtain these genetics as well, because there's far less reliable ones than there are good. I got that backwards. There's just a lot of imposters out there, and you got to be careful for that.
Yeah, there's more. That's the tough part now versus not being able to find it. It's so readily available that there's scammers galore, and it's easy to fall for the scammers on the internet because it's easy to have a graphic, a page that has a dot or a 1 or an underscore. Chris knows all too well.
Yeah, all of us have been impersonated, so that's a key thing. I'm glad you brought that up.
That's a challenge, is scammers.
Scammers is a challenge, and you got to be careful because the only way to get my genetics is through my website when I do random releases. So sign up to my email list in order to be notified. If somebody hits you up through DMs from a Pigeons 420 account or from a Rob CLTV account or from a Mr. Groat account with some extra underscores or some extra dots in the name.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
And they say, my breed of seeds are available for you. That's, I think, the exact verbiage they use.
And now they're going to use it again.
They'll continue to use it. They've been using the same.
They don't care. There's no shame in their game.
Same pitch for years. My breed of seeds are now available. Would you like to see a menu? Something along those lines. And they typically try to push you over to an email address too. Mr. Groat at Gmail is not mine. That's a scammer. I'm sure they've made up, scam emails for all of us.
Thousands of others.
It's such a common thing right now. So when you are searching for these things, double check, do your due diligence, because some of these profiles look exactly, they're a duplicate of our actual profiles.
Oh, dude, I
the
know.
only difference is a dot in the name or an underscore in the name, so you get to look super, super close.
That's the toughest
do your due
part.
diligence there.
It's the visual aspect of it is you're on your phone, somebody follows you. I've done it, but I've followed you back. That's not even you. I followed Mr. Canuck. That's not him for like a year. Didn't even know until he said, that's not me. And I'm like, oh, unfollow. I just submitted it here. It's the first time. Stashers don't say anything. It's too common. I can't THC just dealt with it recently. I mean, all the time, actually, now that I think about it. He's one of the, you two in particular, because you have brands that are you as the individual and the name. Like, I'm Rob from CLTV, so they'd have to do CLTV as a whole. There is a one page of me, it's like a Rexler something, and people are saying it's me, and Instagram was like, nah, I know it's you who you are, but there's not enough evidence to prove that this picture of you and all your information on another page is a scam page.
That's terrible.
It's like, are you serious? So I just have to tell people every time, this is not me. If they follow you, it's not my name. You know, it's Rob. It's not like Rob's a stage name. And it's just difficult to navigate when you're new to the internet and new to the community, new to growing. You get a free light that you pay $150 for on Telegram. That's not real.
No.
That's another scam.
Careful.
Yeah.
This FTS clip was brought to you by AC Infinity, leaders in garden innovation. Use discount code TheStash15 at checkout to save some money on your order.
From the Stash Podcast.